Shopping Street is a classic Flash game first released in 2009. You're given an empty street in one of 4 cities and are tasked with placing down businesses and attractions for the passing shoppers. There's plenty of strategy involved, and the world record speedrun is hotly contested. Not to mention the incredible soundtrack that you'll be sure to enjoy while you grind this game. For the next 7.5 hours, you'll learn all you need to know about Shopping Street and the history behind it. But first, we need to go back a bit, to the asteroid that took out the... Does anyone even care about this? Then which video games do people care about? Here's one. You remember loving Mario Galaxy as a kid? Taking turns playing with your brother, passing over the Wiimote each time you died? Running around Mario's big ol' head? Riding Yoshi's up walls? Exploring fast-paced, exciting galaxies? Wait. That's the second one, isn't it? Now that you think about it, if you were to be shown a level from both games, would you even be able to tell which one's which? You played them such a long time ago now that they've kind of melted together in your head. So many kids also grew up playing them, and so many people still love the series today. Maybe you should play through both of them again, see what you remember and see if you like it even more now. People would surely care about that video. Though, just in case, you should check to see if anyone's done that already. Wait, it's sad? No, it is happy. You do remember it well? Because of the beach levels. Ah, of course, it's because of...
Yoshi, stupid idiot. Yoshi, I'm big, Yoshi.
You kinda wish you could have remembered the games as fondly as all these people. Their different interpretations and unique experiences there for all to see. Maybe you're just too young. Nothing short of playing it again could make you understand the series half as much as they do. But there must be games from your childhood you do remember better. Games that mean as much to you as well. Ones you could talk about for hours and hours. Again, nobody wants to hear about that one. And apparently everyone's already heard about this. Well, there is another 3D Mario that you remember playing more recently. Actually, yeah, maybe you'd have something interesting to say about that one. You remember very fondly sitting in the living room on Christmas, setting up the new family Switch, excited out of your mind to play the latest Mario game. Waiting all morning for the chance to start, you finally entered this brand new world for the first time. At that moment, you never could have known just how much this experience would really bury itself into your mind forever. After the first sit by it, that cutscene between worlds had you hooked. It was almost more HD than you thought a game could look. And then you became a dinosaur? Not quite Yoshi, but it's still pretty neat. Guiding Mario on his difficult journey through the game, you let yourself become totally immersed into this world. Returning back to each and every kingdom, you continue to pick up new moons and explore newfound crevices you'd missed before. As you progressed, you found that between timer challenges and boss battles, you saw yourself enjoying the game in a way younger you may never have been able to appreciate. Playing slow. Letting the fluid and addictive movement silence your brain for just long enough. Now, your mind could relax. In this contrast to how games used to feel for you, you felt quite at ease here. Hopping along tropical beaches, dancing atop of skyscrapers, and bouncing along desolate moons. It all felt so natural, like being in this game world was only right. Though eventually, and it would take a while, you began to run out of moons to collect. New sub-areas to stumble upon, new outfits to dress Mario up as. You'd loved every minute of it. Not that part. But as it came to a close, you started to miss those initial feelings. The wonder of discovering a new world, seeing different locales and challenges come at you faster than you could keep up. It must have felt a bit like the wonder of exploring Mario Galaxy all those years back. As a kid, it all felt so big. Like you're really there, exploring a tiny planet or a floating castle in the sky. Falling off the edge really feels like death, an outcome genuinely scary to someone who was so afraid to die in just about any game until they were... Okay, you're still a bit scared of it. But over time, that fear starts to slip away. You soon reach that golden age where games carry that old fear and immersion, but now you have a growing ability to explore the world and to tackle each obstacle to its fullest. Is it any surprise that the games you played when you were, say, 12 are some of the ones you remember best? Speaking of which, there's another game you played not long after this, that came out when you were 12, that pushed your desire for exploration to new bounds. It was the obvious next step, no? You have the console, and you've already played one of the two best games on it. Of course you played the other one. Though, you hadn't really grown up with Zelda. Somehow, the games had simply missed you on the many consoles you could have played one on. This one looked good. Certain videos had already convinced you of that. But it was kind of daunting. The game starts, you exit a weird chamber, and bam! Go figure it out for yourself, Bozo. Overwhelmed with possibilities, you stumbled across the first few objectives, meeting a weird old man and navigating your way across the Great Plateau. At the time, the Great Plateau couldn't have felt any greater. You'd get lost in forests, foraging for apples and sticks, and somehow getting startled by every passing bar. Like, how, even? Then after gaining just enough courage to enter the goblin camps, every encounter had you gripped. Exploding barrels from afar, setting the schools ablaze with a precise bow shot, doing whatever this is. It wouldn't take long for you to be totally amazed at just how interactive this world was. No game had ever felt this way, and you were now just old enough to figure it out for yourself. Very slowly, but you got there. Cutting down logs to cross ravines, cooking up a pile of chilies to brace the cold, figuring out the admittedly simple puzzles of the first 4 shrines. Because eventually, upon gaining the glider and having the calamity of this world explained to you, you'd been set free from your opening sanctuary. Almost too free. There's no hand to hold you in Hyrule. Yet. There was a marker, but that was miles away. You really knew nothing, no aim of where to go, no expectations of what to find. No preconceived notions at all. A completely open mind, overwhelmed with what it was faced with. This game had you frightened and lost, struck with a daunting goal and expected to figure it all out on your own. So, being the scaredy cat you are, you dutifully stuck to the path best trodden. Heading through the dueling peaks, you hurried past more goblin camps, sneaking in some new weapons along the way as you reached the first stable. The stables would soon become somewhere you greatly cherished. A calm ambience, surrounded by fellow travellers and a roof over your head. Safety from the many things trying to kill you, lightning included. You were starting to miss something though. A certain dinosaur no game was complete without. Hehe. The ensuing hours are some you wouldn't soon forget from a game. Riding up towards Kakariko village, you found yet more tranquility in this world. The sound of the horse riding music could play for hours, and it did, as you travelled to wherever your companion's hooves may have taken you. Upon riding in, the ambience of the village surely blew you away. A feeling you'd deeply cherish each time you'd return. A stop you'd come back to again and again on your travels. Then, the next village is much the same. The hilly landscapes between them felt vast as you first made the journey there. Hiteno village, yet another place you could, and did, spend hours enjoying. Trotting your horse through the middle of it, getting off and exploring the many side quests to be found. There'd be much more to see and overcome. Objectives to complete, shrines to conquer. But as the hours passed, and the sheer enormity of this map revealed itself to you, you found a rhythm that appealed to your favourite aspect. Passing from tower to tower, displaying each new area of the map, you kept unlocking whole new worlds for you to discover, however slowly you liked. Those big robots you keep seeing? They can wait. Zelda? She'll be alright. It'll be many years before you get around to rescuing her. This was your world to explore however you liked, with something to do around each and every corner. It was like exploring the great outdoors, chasing butterflies, climbing trees and collecting sticks. How different really was this? And so you explored, for hours and hours. Years later, you did finally decide to brave Hyrule Castle, clearly shaking off just a bit more of that scaredy cat gene. It's daunting, okay? When those lasers start charging up, it really tests your fight or flight response. Clearing rooms and making your way through, defeating the big baddie at the end of it all. You finally rolled credits on this multi-year quest. And soon after, with your delayed sense of achievement, you went back to quietly galloping along the many paths of Hyrule. And when the sequel came out, many years after you'd started the original, and maybe only a month after first saving Zelda, you got to experience part of it all again. You still may not have saved Zelda in that game, but you'll get there. Someday. Because your experience of the game is exactly that. Your experience. Just like the films, the music, or the rest of the media that you consume, you will experience them in exactly your own way. More so, for games like these. As well as this, hearing what others say about a piece of art will always mean a lot too. Everyone has their own tastes, pasts and preferences, and that uniquely informs how they experience it too. But maybe you felt that the art that you consume lately just doesn't live up to how things used to be. Is it just nostalgia? But nostalgia works the same way for everyone. You'll always think back fondly on whichever game it was you played when you were 12. But could games didn't stop coming out when you turned 13? You've just got to figure out what clicks for you. Whichever games make you excited to immerse yourself into their world, whichever art makes you truly happy. Or sad. Or whichever one has Yoshi in it. It's not always easy to motivate yourself, especially not like it used to be. But that push has to come from somewhere. Easy dopamine and short-form content can never replace the feeling of genuinely being lost in a world and seeing a story play out in front of your own eyes. So get off your phone and... Where's that been coming from?